Live. Hello, my little Patreons. Thank you for your continued support. You're the best people in the world for helping me with my life purpose. I love you. Let's get the stream up. Oh yeah, I should thumb it up as well. That'd be a good idea. Boom. Who's in the house? No one's in the house yet. Come on, people. There's a party and everyone's invited, but nobody came. Whatever's going on? There's someone. Hello, one person, whoever just joined. I thought I was going to be all alone, so thanks. Please make yourself known. Probably Bart K come to be unkind to me. This is really weird. The room is usually populated by now. Populated. 2. Come on, where's all the people? Come on now. Oh, Gone Vegan's in the house. Hello, my friend. Where are you from? Jovan, you look familiar. I'm sure you're a regular. Oh, you're in Cali. Nice. I would love to visit. Very nice. Thoughts on nightshade? Do you mean nightshades in general, like the tomatoes, peppers, tamarillos, goji berries? What else is nightshade? I've not thought about it for a while. Sorrel. Name the nightshades, everyone. Go. White potatoes, are they a nightshade? Aubergines? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so there is a compound in nightshades which is great versus Parkinson's. Some people may have an allergy. I think it's fairly rare. If you have an allergy, obviously they're not going to be very good. But other than that, I say get them in you. The main predictor of our health outcome apparently is the health of our gut microbiome, and the greatest predictor of that is the diversity of plant species which we choose to eat. So the more you kind of limit it, the more you're limiting your potential for health. And the one extreme is people like Sperrich who only want to eat meat, so they've got no whole plant foods. So they're not going to have any strains of Prevotella bacteria, which make the short-chain fatty acids, which are the bedrock of good health. So he's very, very short-sighted. Oh, well, I didn't think anyone was coming, but the room's starting to fill up all of a sudden. How is everyone? Jay Hunt, thoughts on veg source omega-3 supplement video? Yeah, it seemed very compelling when I first watched it. And then Futsal just brought up some good points. I don't know. For me, the jury's still out and I want to see more kind of info, really. It would be good if Dr. Greger could do a rebuttal or something. I'm going to keep it in for now. And for some people, you can be very unlucky and have a genetic predisposition whereby you don't produce the elongase enzyme needed to elongate the ALA into EPA and DHA. So in which case you would need to have it, else, you wouldn't live very well or very long. So get it in you, I say. What was there's a 13% increase, so according to one study, in the potential for a particular cancer or cancers in general, was it? I can't really remember. I wasn't paying ultra strict attention. But what is the potential of that cancer in someone who eats a whole foods plant-based diet, exercises, Yeah, you have to kind of weigh up the risk and rewards, don't you? ITEL Gains is in the house. Matt Munt. So I've been vegan for 8 years. 8 years. I've reversed my hay fever. I've cured my tendonitis. I used to have debilitating tendonitis from training. I'll be off training for 3 weeks at a time. You can see my scar where I had to have my biceps reattached because it tore off the bone one time. I just had chronic tendonitis, but whole foods plant-based cured that. No more hay fever. My systolic blood pressure was 140 plus, and it got down to 107, which is for less than 110 apparently is no further benefit. And that was without a whole lot of cardio, to be honest. Just mostly really nutrition. Gone vegan. It can be rough on autoimmune if you're concerned. Yeah, if you do have you'll notice if you have a problem with nightshades, and if that's the case, like trying to eliminate them, see if you get better. But if the more whole plant foods you can eat, the better. For me, I can't eat gluten, so I can't eat wheat, rye, or barley. So I don't want to be limiting other things as well if I can help it. Lemon smiley face, just finished A levels. Very nice. Well done, you. How do you think you got on? Nourishing Alex in the house. Produce not pills. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, voice from beyond. She may be back before the end of the stream. She's out somewhere getting some hypnotherapy. This relatively new idea by a lady, Marissa Peer. Do you know? She's very famous. She's been on London Real, and she's training with one of her kind of disciples, or getting treatment with one, and it's the rapid transformation technique, RTT. Mr. Baldino, what do you think about the Bark Cave video about you? Nothing, I didn't watch it. Cat the Vegan Artist is in the house. Hello, Hunt. Chickpea Sani. Gone vegan. Whole fish swamp has been healing my alopecia. That's very interesting. I've not heard of people saying that before, but you're smashing in loads of nutrients and you're not putting in things that block the nutrition getting to different organs and nerves and maybe hair follicles. I don't know how that would really. Yeah, I guess it would. Yeah, it must do, mustn't it? It must have a blood supply to then grow the hair. So. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Alexandra, do you feel healthy on a vegan diet? Do you know what? There's vegan diets and there's vegan diets. You can eat a completely unhealthful diet with biscuits and beer and donuts. Or you can eat kale, quinoa, lentils, berries, which is the way I do it. I feel bloody amazing, which is the only reason I've got on YouTube spouting off about it. I've seen all sorts of disease reversal in people as well. It's so powerful. Oh, that's just jumped, hasn't it? Tyler Williams, any tips on starting a vegan diet? Yeah, if you're kind of new to it, it depends on your motivation. For some people, they just don't want to hurt animals. For some people, it might be environment. Some people want good health. And in which case, if you want good health, you need to eat the whole plant foods. So base your meals around legumes, whole grains, fruits, veg, little nuts and seeds, all your herbs and spices. If you just want to eat food that you think tastes nice, then you can get vegan versions of, burgers and hot dogs and all that junk. So, but I'd really advise eating the healthier foods. It may be worth taking it a little slowly over the course of a few weeks, taking out some of your older foods, putting in the new, healthier, high fiber foods. Because if you do it overnight, you'll have the wrong gut microbiome. So basically you have the wrong types of bacteria in your guts to process the fiber. You may get, a lot of people talk about gas, bloating, diarrhea, can actually present as constipation as well, can be painful, and they'll say, oh, my body can't handle the vegan diet, I better carry on eating this junk. But no, it's not your body, it's the microbes that we've invited to live in the colon based on the foods we've been eating historically. So over, I don't know, you can't really put a time frame on things, but over the course of a few weeks, a little bit more of the whole plant foods, a little bit less of the animal products, processed plant foods, and eventually you'll be able to just eat the healthiest foods on the planet. You'll live longer and you'll live a lot healthier and more active as well. It's so good. It's so worth it. Make sure you supplement your B12, D3 in the winter months. Get some chia or flax seeds ground for the omega-3s and just eat the range of whole plant foods and you'll be golden. We've Magic's in the house, Bohemian Bee. Mike James, I'm watching Jamaican women, so I'm not stopping. Fair enough. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if you want to stick around or come back at 6, everyone, I have got a video premiering. It should be quite a funny one. Oh, Tofu Tommy, you beauty. So I'm just going to skip forward. Tofu Tommy, awesome YouTube channel, just donated on the super chat. You get to ask a question because the chat gets so busy nowadays. So it's a way to get your question to the top if you definitely want it answered. But lovely Tommy's just sending me £2 to support me, and it helps fund me to. I've recently quit PT. I'm doing the YouTube full time, so all of this sort of thing really helps. So, Tommy, I really appreciate you. So, shout outs to Tofu Tommy, awesome vegan channel with a sort of emphasis on eating disorders. So, if that's your bag, go and subscribe to him. He's a lovely man. I'm going to skip forwards now. I think I'll do that every time the super chat comes up, just to keep me relevant and so people don't get fed up. But if I miss your comment or question and you do want to answer, do just pop it back in the chat. Sorry. When I switched from white to brown food, what were you thinking? Oh, when I switched from white to brown food, what were you thinking? I got so sick, lots of IBS a couple of weeks. I'm talking about bread, rice. Yeah, you will, because you've just not got sufficient Prevotella bacteria. So for most people, as I say, it's simply a matter of taking out a bit of the older foods, putting in a bit of the newer foods, and giving your gut microbiome time to the more pathogenic strains, the Bacteroides, Firmicutes, what's the other one? Ruminococcus. They'll die off. You'll grow the Prevotella strains, and they're the healthy ones. They're the ones that digest the fibre, and then like less gas producing. Like you get more of the strains that are better at it over time. So it just takes a little while. If you're really unlucky, you may have some sort of a gut issue whereby you need that diagnosed and treated, for which Goji Man's my go-to person. But hopefully it's just a matter of the thing I said. Mostly it is. Vegan brain. Oh, vegan brain. My hair goes faster since I've been vegan. Yeah, I can believe that. Oh, it's just jumped again. Why did this always jumps? Hi, Justin. Hagen. What should vegetable police do to heal? So, he's messed up his gut health. He needs to diagnose exactly what's going on. He'll have gut permeability going on. Some people call it leaky gut syndrome. So he's got to mend that. He's got to repopulate these healthful bacteria. So he'll be completely Bacteroides, Firmicutes, and Ruminococcus dominant. He'll have no Prevotella because he's not been eating fibre. So, slowly adding in a bit. Some foods will be more of a trigger. So if he's diagnosed, like which ones to avoid and which ones maybe he can get away with, and it's just added in a little more time. He's been doing that for 11 months, that carnivore diet. So it's not going to be a matter of like a couple of weeks. It's going to be probably months, and you would need expert help. Again, someone like Goji Man, he healed himself. He was on the brink of death, and he's such a clever guy, and he managed to work out how to do it, and he's amazing, and he's a lovely person. He's really sort of altruistic, I can see that he's not in it for the money. He just wants to help people. He nearly died with gut issues. He's a specialist in gut health, and he can really help people. I had SIBO, and it was messing up. I couldn't keep doing my bulk because I was in so much pain. So he gave me some tests to do. Now he does these at cost price for, if you guys want to do it, he does it at cost price. You can see on his website, if it's gojiman.com, but go through his Goji Man YouTube channel and you'll find out. So he does the tests at cost. He doesn't make any money on those. He charges like a little bit for like a consultation, but in that consultation, he'll dive through everything. He'll interpret the results, and then he will prescribe the treatment, which for me was allicin, berberine, and grapeseed extract. So they're just compounds out of plants. I seem to be well. I'm yet to do a retest to confirm that, but I'm feeling amazing. Okay, I went on a cut concurrently, so you could argue like less calories going in, but I'm still, I'm eating quite big plates of food to keep me filled out. So I'm eating more water and fibre-rich vegetables and things. So I've got a good feeling that I'm better. I had all sorts of symptoms like reflux and pain, like cramping. I get none of it now, none of it, and it's all I think all thanks to Goji Man. But we'll confirm that once my tests are done. I'm just waiting on the kit. The vegan Tiff kindly donated $4.99. She's always helping me out. She's a lovely lady. Some folks in the chat seem to think soy lowers testosterone. Can you give some insight into this? It doesn't warrant to send. It doesn't wanted to send support with my. Oh, you're really lovely. You're really lovely for supporting me. So no, soy doesn't lower testosterone. That's a load of BS. The only really negative thing that came out about soy was it raising estrogen, because like soy is a weak, it's like a not a xenoestrogen, phytoestrogen. So basically it's 1/10,000th as strong as a mammalian estrogen. Like it's just, it fits like the same receptors, you know, the estrogen receptors. It doesn't turn on so in the alpha receptor, it doesn't activate the negative effects, like raising your risk for cancer, like giving you like brittle bones and things like that. But in the beta receptors, it does activate the beneficial things. And so it's actually shown to lower cancers and things. It's a bean. Like, how is a bean going to be unhealthy? It's the second healthiest type of food on the planet after greens. You know, and a lot of these, you know, 90% of studies are funded by industries that stand to profit from them finding the study in their favour. So I believe a dairy industry basically funded that, like a study. It was on rats, and they gave the rats like just unlimited isolated soy. So not a whole soy food, but isolated soy protein. And they gave like all their calories with that. Well, no one's going to eat like that. There is a little something about soy and IGF-1, and it's saying more than about 5 servings. 1 to 3 is definitely safe. 5 or 6, we're not sure. The science is not really there. 7 or more is shown to raise IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor, which is a compound that when it comes into contact with any cells in the body, it can like divide them and multiply them. So, which is why some bodybuilders take that as like an injection. But obviously, if it comes into contact with cancer, it's going to multiply those cells. So you really don't want that. Supposedly, soy does that. Now, I've got a feeling, you know, I've got a feeling that it's relative to the amount of protein you're putting in, because it's meant to be to do with the amino acids, because the amino acids are so similar, like to meat, such high quality. But the trouble is, oh, excuse me, Sam, I just had a brain fuck, 'cause I'm on low calories. Oh, give me a second. What were we talking about? So help me out, guys. We were talking about soy. Oh, yeah. So it's irrelevant where you get your protein from, where the aminos come from, because you're going to end up, if you eat a range of whole plant foods, you're going to end up with all the relevant aminos for building with. And so, you know, surely it's going to be the same thing. But the science has not been done. Like, no one studied the effect of different types of you know, vegan proteins and IGF-1. So I think it may just be like a total protein kind of thing, in which case probably we don't want our total protein to be too high. And indeed, the longest lived people on the planet, the Okinawans of the 1940s, their protein was like 7 or 8%. I'm not entirely sure. Now, that they had 85% of their diet was carbohydrate, mostly sweet potatoes and brown rice. And so it's 85% carbs, and then, yeah, 7 or 8% for proteins and fat, if that maths adds up. Again, I've got diet brain today. I actually went to the loo today in the gym. The loo's right in the foyer. And because I've got diet brain, I forgot to lock the door. And I stood there having a wee-wee, and I didn't lock the door. And then someone opened the door. So that was all very daft. I felt very silly. And then when I finished, I went to unlock, obviously I shut the door, And when I finished, went to like unlock the door the next second, I'd just basically done my business like a second later, then I didn't lock the door. But I went to unlock the door, although it wasn't even locked. And diet brain. Your brain takes 600 calories, and I started my cut on 5,500. I'm now down to 3,200. So forgive me if I have a brain fart every so often. Okay, I'm just going to skip forwards a little bit. Again, do re-comment in the chat. Pianjo milk actually can, though, since it contains mammalian estrogen. Yeah, so 75% of dairy cows are pregnant at any given time when they're lactating. So their estrogen output is through the roof, and mammalian estrogen is 10,000 times stronger than, you know, like a plant estrogen. Oh, Denkono, $1 on the super chat. You don't get to make a comment for $1, but it just shows that you support my work and you want to help me, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're a lovely person. I don't know that name, what sex it is. Vegan brain. So unlike vegan gains, you're actually a certified nutritionist. I'm actually a nutritionist with a diploma. That's one up on, to a certificate. Twisted Hippies in the house. Thank you for wheeling your wrench. I really appreciate that. Elka, what's the premiere vid? It's one of my like vegan, anti-vegan troll comment rebuttal videos. But Bart K features heavily since everyone's been saying, oh, he's done a video and, you know, he's debunked veganism and blah de blah. And at this point, if you don't respond, like your status as an authority on nutrition is in the gutter. So I just give my perspective on that stuff. So that's like a part of the video, but it's you know, it's just a anti-vegan troll comments video basically, but with a bit of flavour. Tofu Tommy, any advice on creatine, as I'm back using it with branch chains and feel better with it? Yet I don't have it. Oh, it's just jumped. Don't have it. My lifting is nowhere as good. Yeah, well, put it in then. Put it in. Yeah. You know, it's probably fine. You know, it is a processed food. It's basically a dipeptide. Is it histidine and L-arginine, I think? It basically is two amino acids like stuck together. You know, it's a very simple. Shouldn't cause any harm, but there's no long-term studies on its health. But I imagine it's fine. You know, it's that risk aversion thing, isn't it? Like, you know, if you were really wanted to live the longest life, you'd limit calories, you'd eat completely whole foods. I eat a ton of calories as a bodybuilder. I really emphasize like protein. I'm putting in more fats to get the calories in than, you know, these plant-based doctors really recommend. Creatine doesn't work for me, or I might well stick it in there. So, and I use a couple of scoops of a protein powder, but you know, the rest of my diet is whole plant food. So hopefully that puts me head and shoulders above your average bodybuilder. Leonardo da Vinci, €5. Is that euros? Yeah, €5 on the super chat. Thank you kindly. Do you ever dunk biscuits in tea? And if so, what's your favourite biscuit? No, I don't eat processed foods nowadays. But back in the day, before I was vegan and health conscious, yeah, I used to dunk all kinds of biscuits. All kinds. What would be my favourite? Bourbons. I used to like a bourbon. I feel like jammy Dodgers were good back in the day years ago, but then the jam became really plasticky and horrible. Custard creams with like an orange sort of filling. But I've not eaten biscuits in many, many, many years. Shout out your favourite biscuit, go. Can't believe we're talking about biscuits on a Whole Foods plant-based channel. Aegeon, about to go smash some back and arms in this plant-based game chat. Oh, you wore one of my t-shirts, you lovely person. Go get it, dude. Sorella, thank you all for caring. And thank you for caring and supporting what I'm doing. You're lovely. I can't believe people are so kind. Oh, this has just jumped again. Okay, I'm going to skip forwards a bit. Do shout if I missed you. Race Lever brings up a good point. Sverige is an idiot. I can't argue with that. And thanks for helping out in the chat, Race Lever. Yeah, everyone's up for the Bourbons. Yeah, I can't eat gluten. Soap on slope. That's a cool name. Hobnobs, Megan. Yeah. Okay, so you can get a vegan custard cream. That's good. Are Bourbons vegan? They were sort of dark chocolate, weren't they? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to make you think that you can eat them and you can't. LD own brand Hobnobs are vegan. Nice. Oh, gone vegan. Yeah, sorry, cookies. Cookies for our non-UK viewers. RZ, is this Luna Sverige's girlfriend? If she is, he's punching above his weight. That's all I can say. But she doesn't seem to have a very kind personality. So looks on everything. So I'll say maybe they deserve each other. Chickpea sarnie, bourbon cream, cream biscuits. I thought they were, and that proves it. That proves it. Hobnobs are great, Jerry Dodgers. Coconut cookies. Homemade, nice. Rich tea dunked into tea. Yeah, they were all right, but I always liked a biscuit with a bit of filling in there. I don't do things by halves. Sean Walker, how many calories do you on at the moment? 4.5K. I'm actually on about 3.2. And as I've been saying already, if you went in the chat, my brain's gone to mush. I'm really struggling. Forgot what I was saying earlier on in the chat just now, and managed to get caught with my Woody out having a wee because I didn't lock the toilet door at the gym. I just felt so stupid. It's so embarrassing. Luckily, I've got nothing to be ashamed of, so that wasn't all bad. Could have been worse. Curmudgeon, I love biscuits, but they taste awful if you dunk them in milkless tea. Yeah, I imagine they would. Nourishing Alex, what's your favourite animal? Cool, that's a good question, isn't it? I love... they've all got their... You know, they're all lovely in their own way, aren't they? Except for mosquitoes, like they're just out to get you. Favourite animal? Maybe like a baby goat. Like, have you seen how they like sort of spring around and then like knock each other over? Like one of them's always a bit of a hole and like knocks over the other ones. But they're so cute and charismatic. Favourite animals in the chat? Go. I want to know. Oh, you can get gluten-free hobnobs. That's good. Vegan brain. I don't know vegan biscuits because I've never eaten vegan food as a non-Whole Foods vegan. That's not to say I've never eaten any junk. Sometimes you get caught out and you have to eat something, but never a biscuit. Probably because of my gluten intolerance, so it's probably harder to find gluten-free biscuits. Race lever, I've no idea what a hobnob is. Sounds like an insult. It's one of the best biscuits on the planet. Ah, really, really delicious they are. Sort of a round, oaty, sort of, it's just like a sort of plain biscuit, but it's got sort of a caramel, you know, it's not got any filling or anything, but like a sort of caramelly kind of treacle almost, like syrupy aspect to the flavour. I had to really think back then. I don't think I've eaten those since middle school, which about 12 or something. Maybe high school, don't know. Penguin muffins. Hello, this is my first time I've watched your live stream. My flatmate introduced me. Tell your flatmate they're a great person and welcome to the stream. It's good to have. Whereabouts are you from, Penguin muffins? Oh, that's just jumped again. I'll just skip forwards a bit because I'm getting left behind. Wheat Magic, Hench, I know raw vegan is WTF, but man, some of the raw vegan treats are so good. I didn't know you make semi-healthy brownies. Yeah, you can. Do you know a lot of people in like raw desserts, they use coconut oil, which is so bad for heart health. That's the one thing to really watch out for. It's horrible. Yeah, pigs are cute. I'm getting to hang out with little piglets soon. Do a photo shoot. That will be amazing. Justin Hort. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida. You have gluten-free artisan cafe. Wow. And they have tons of gluten-free vegan sweets. Nice. That's good that we haven't got that in Norwich, where it might ruin my health. Do you know, when you eat like a whole foods diet, you really enjoy it, but the minute you kind of sway, like you fall off the wagon, you start to eat like ultra palatable food, it can really spoil your taste for like things like kale. So I try to skip it. Leonardo da Vinci, €5 on the super chat again. You lovely person. Do you watch any TV series? And if so, what's your favourite? So we don't watch like TV. We don't have a television. We will watch a Netflix show on the computer of an evening just to like veg out to. What have we been watching lately? We watched. What was that called? Help me out, guys. Ricky Gervais. And then his missus dies, and it's called Afterlife. Is that it? You know, which is a bit of a funny topic, you know, a little bit morbid, but they made it really funny. Yeah, it was Afterlife. Thank you, Molson Muscle. That was hilarious. Really enjoyed that. You know, a bit of a tearjerker at times, but, you know, years ago I would have avoided that. But now, since my sort of veganism and getting out of this, like, alpha male type, you know, not meathead mentality, but just, you know, guys think that you can't show your emotions and all that BS. And I kind of acted that way for a long time. And that's just out of insecurity, people do that. But now I like to feel my emotions, and it is actually really nice. And that was one of the funniest shows I've seen. And it encouraged us to rewatch. Yeah, I don't know if Gervais is vegan. Twisted Tea, I think he is. I'm sure I heard that he was. If he's not, like, he must be. Like those posts he does about animal rights and stuff, you would have to be a proper hypocrite, wouldn't you, to be able to do that. But yeah, watching that, then it encouraged us to rewatch Derek, where he's in that old people's home. And again, like, you know, there's a lot of people dying and things like that. It's really sad in place. But I think, like, spiritually minded people say we're here to feel their contrast, and so it's terribly sad. You might be crying your eyes out, but the next thing, something hilarious happens, and it's so much funnier for the contrast. If you sort of get me, does anyone know what I'm on about? Comment below if I'm being a bellend. So with Gemma, we'll tend to watch. She doesn't like kind of violent things and, you know, scary things. So we'll watch something like that, light-hearted and fun. But for myself, for a long time, I was hugely into Vikings. And then I got into Peaky Blinders after hanging out with one of the cast, Harry Curtin, who plays Finn. He's a vegan, really cool guy. And then recently I started watching Last Kingdom, which is another sort of Vikings show, but from the perspective more of the Saxons. And that's pretty darn cool. So I hope that answers that question. And right, what else is occurring? How many people have we got in the room? 120, is that? That's awesome. It's getting busier. Do feel free to thumb up the stream if you want to. I think it helps. I think. Love Peaky Blinders, yeah. Yeah, vegan brand. Russell Brand is vegan too. He's got Kip Anderson on his next Under the Skin podcast. Sadly, that's gone to Luminary now, so it's a subscription model, so it's not for free like it used to be. So that's a bit sad. But yeah, I knew he'd get there sooner or later. I wonder what took him so bloody long, really. Oh, Jules86, £1.99. Which vegan YouTubers do you enjoy? Who do I really watch? Happy Healthy Vegan. I enjoy getting in on a live stream myself. They're lovely. I watch Family Freedom because they're kind of personal friends. Big fan of Goji Man. I watch the fitness channels just to keep an eye on their competitors. But people like Derek Simnett and Brian Turner, really lovely people. So they're great. And really, I don't watch half as much vegan YouTube as I used to. For one thing, I'm extremely busy, so I don't watch as much content as I used to. You know, I'm trying to actually put out my own posts and videos. I just had a brain fart again. Oh, I hate this. But the other thing, I'm trying to kind of expand and grow and learn. So, you know, in order to benefit my YouTube, so I'll look at filmmaking, how to do lighting, like how to optimize sound, how to optimize your channel for YouTube, how to like optimize your videos for retention and what, you know, watch time and how to do thumbnails for click-through rate. So I'm kind of more watching the channels that tell you how to YouTube rather than watching vegan content, to be honest. I suppose as well, like I've learned, you know, in terms of nutrition and things, I'll watch Nutrition Facts if they bring out a new video. But in terms of learning about veganism, like after 8 years, I'm probably know most of the stuff. So a lot of videos are just going to be sort of repetitive, if you know what I mean. So like more sort of lifestyle and vloggy type YouTube probably. Vegan Spectator is great as well. He's always good for a bit of fun and a real clever guy, and sometimes like enlightens me on certain things. Right. Neil M is in the house. Are you new here, Neil M? Welcome. Anyway, Robert Pacino. Thanks, Paul, and thanks in advance for your new vlog. Take care. I will do. Thank you. And yeah, everyone in the chat, if you haven't heard, I've got a video premiering at 6 tonight. So straight after the stream, I'm going to hop over there into the chat. Let me know what you think of my new video where I'm unkind to people who are rude to vegans. Oh, dear. Oh, it's just jumped. Tajo 29 SE, Vegetable Police is vegan for now. Yeah, so I'd call him like, I'd say Vegetable Police is starting to eat. No, he's still eating animal products, isn't he? Or is he not? I did watch his new video. Maybe I didn't really take it in. But anyway, like, I don't think you can call him vegan, which is like kind of moral baseline. So you'd have to say, if he is indeed eating that way, oh, he's eating a plant-based diet for now, you know, because he obviously doesn't get the morals. No hate, just saying. I did make a video with him back in the day. It was hilarious. So check that out. If you type in Hench Herbivore Vegetable Police on my channel, you'll see it. One of the funniest videos I've been involved with. Edward Abercrombie, I've been vegan for 9 months now. I feel great. That's awesome. Well done, brother. And good to have you on board. Thank you, Nourishing Alex. Oh, it's just jumped. Yeah. Oh, Neil, I always watch, brother, but never caught you on live. Oh, well, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it, my friend. Gary Reeves, I wish Game Changers maybe would come out. I'm sure it's going to be out any time now. I know they're going to do an announcement any second. My guess is August. Sort of an educated guess, but I don't know for sure. The mum in the north, do you prep vegan bodybuilders? I don't actually have any experience of such, although I know how to shred down and then like, you know, like optimize yourself for like a photo shoot. So it's kind of the same thing. So sort of, yes, but I don't know about the sort of ins and outs of contests. So I don't know if I might be missing one or two little details that you might be better off getting from a experienced coach who's like had bodybuilders like on stage and whatever. You know, there may be little intricacies that I don't know about. So I wouldn't want to take your money and then you'd have been better off going to some. Do you know what I mean? I'm more of a, rather than for competition, just sort of looking optimised. I don't know what the difference is though. So do with that what you will. Hope that makes sense. Bohemian Bee. Vivo Life does a acai and blueberry and it's pretty darn delicious. Nourishing Alex. Yeah, I am going to the vegan camp out. I'm meant to be doing the boot camp, like running that, so I may do that. See you there if you go. Make sure you all come and say hello. And don't, the next time I stream, don't say, oh, I saw you at the camp out, but I was too scared to come and say hello. I'm just a bloke. I'm just a normal human, the same as you. And I love to connect with everyone and share the love. So don't be a stranger. Oh, Den Kono, $2 on the super chat. Collab with Vegan Gains, Mike the Vegan. Ask yourself. Yeah, I would do. I sort of did a collab with, well, not a collab with Vegan Gains, but when we were doing lots of merchandise, I sent him a box out and he kindly did a video and that was really great for us. Yeah, I'd like to work with any of those people really. Mike the Vegan would be a particular... What you want to, he's actually a guy that I really watch and I really appreciate his videos. Mods are all doing a great job. Thank you so much, Twisted Hippie and Race Lever. You are the best. Nemo Delgado is the man. He's pretty darn cool, isn't he? Pianjo, Paul, do you think ants are sentient? You know, any organism that seeks pleasure and avoids pain, you know. Someone said to me, oh, it's all right to kill animals, like they're sort of automatrons, like they don't really have free will, they just sort of do these sort of pre-programmed like things like eat, mate, sleep, you know, run from danger. And my perspective, he was a real lazy mofo. And I mean, I didn't say to this, but I really wanted to say to him, what do you do that's any different? Because he really, you know, I don't want to be unkind, but he really didn't have anything going on. Oh, soaps on slope. I didn't realise another super chat. £2 on the super chat, you lovely person. Whereabouts in the UK are you? I think you're new to the stream, are you? Any problems with using plant protein versus animal? No, it's better. There is the science of, which is true, that animal protein is more bioavailable. But like a carnivore eater, or sorry, a carnist will hear that, great, my protein's more bioavailable, I don't want to eat vegan stuff, it's no good. You know, and again, that's reductionist science. It's like Bart Kay with his mechanistic data, and like, if you look at one thing, it looks bad for the plants and good for the animal products. But actually, when you take into account that animal protein, like meat, comes with endotoxins, which are pathogens, like bacteria that come out of slaughterhouses, dyes, it releases these endotoxins. You can't, heat doesn't destroy them. You're going to have endotoxins if you're eating meat. It causes massive inflammation throughout the body. So some of the amino acids have to go to the liver, be made into C-reactive protein, which are anti-inflammatory, to quell all this inflammation. You've just lost half of your bloody protein. So the net result is you end up with less. There's other mechanisms as well. You know, animal products are acidifying to buffer the acid. We used to thought we leach calcium from our bones. We used to thought, diet brain. But now we realise what we actually do is leach amino acids from our muscle tissue. They go to the liver, they're converted into glutamine, or the glutamine, like, is also, obviously that doesn't have to be converted because there's already glutamine from the muscles to buffer the acid in the blood. So there's two ways in which plant protein is superior. And then if you consider, if you're eating a lot of animal products, high protein, high fat, It creates don't rush me, I've got diet brain. There are gerontotoxins, advanced glycation end products, which is fine like early on in your life, but over time it causes cross-linking of proteins in the muscle fiber, which leads to dysfunction, which leads to sarcopenia, like atrophy. So there's 3 ways in which plant protein is superior to animal protein. And now I'll just say, Nemo Delgado, I rest my case. You know, he looks awesome. He looks better than 99.99 reoccurring percent of like any bodybuilders on the planet. I just saw my lovely friend, I'm going to guess Bob, but it could be the whole of Family Freedom. Hello, my friends. How are you? Do go over to their channel. They're the loveliest family of vloggers, really blowing it up for the vegan scene. They're great. Go and subscribe. Not now. Open a tab. Well, keep this tab open. Go and subscribe to them, but keep this tab open and then come back because I need you to watch me because I've got a fragile ego and I need loads of numbers. Sean Walker, from your answer, it's obvious plant protein is superior. However, if you do a study, do you think people who ate meat protein would build muscle quicker or the same? Oh, my vegetable box is here. Uh-oh. I might have to go for like 1 minute. Well, I say vegetable box, it's probably 4 crates of vegetables. So I'll have to go and answer that, but I'll keep the stream going. I'll keep on till 6 today because I've got that video premiere and I want you all to watch the premiere. I don't know if there's any real studies. There's kind of studies which show that vegans have higher serum albumin. But then again, if you're eating enough protein, like it's irrelevant, you know, do you know what I mean? If you're getting more protein or less relative to how much you're eating, if you're eating enough to build the optimal amount of muscle. So I don't know that that necessarily like is a thing. We know there's a couple of studies showing that vegans have higher testosterone than non-vegans. So potentially that could help the growth. But we've not really done a head-to-head. So, you know, it all kind of depends. Maybe yes, maybe no for different people. But I've just got to answer the door because I've got a load of vegetables. Just chat amongst yourselves for a second. Hey, buddy. How you doing? I'm really good.
There we are.
Thank
There's
you.
box number 1.
One of them. Oh, I love it. Oh, hooked onto the door. Excuse me. There's a cap.
And then I'll just try and get
Oh, plenty of ale. Lovely, thank you. Sorry about that. And then the other thing I'll say about that is that while we're younger, you know, our testosterone's high, we can get away with eating an imperfect diet. And there's great athletes, you know, across the board, whatever eating modality, you can have a great physique, great strength, great athleticism, despite what you're eating, into middle and older age now, because of the damage of animal products over time, because of the protective nature of plant products, into middle and older age, the vegan athletes are starting to break away from the pack, and we're seeing that more and more and more, and we will continue to do so. I'll keep looking out the window because I've got 2 crates of vegetables, but I think we're waiting for 1 or 2 more. So we will have to go away from the screen again, I'm afraid. But I hope that answers your question, Sean Walker. I'll just skip forwards. House Vibes is in the house. Bohemian Bee. Oh, we already said Bohemian Bee. I meant to say Melody and the Pussycats. I just got to get my fruits and vegetables. 1 second. Get in there.
And dessert.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's lovely.
Super job.
Thank you so much, kind sir.
Have a good week.
Yeah, you too, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. Proof. I got proof. Sorry about that. Has everyone deserted? Oh, there's still 112. That's good. Frank Tough Guy Tofano is Hench going to show us his veg. You can see my veg if you want to. Here's a load of lemons, coriander, garlic, advocates. Oh, Jesus! Lots of kale, spinach. Oh no, that is romaine lettuce, cauliflower, spring greens, broccoli. Oh. And we've got lovely strawberries, peppers, oranges, tangerines, bananas. What are they? Some people call them scallions, we call them spring onions. More lettuce, cherry tomatoes, more lettuce, yellow pepper, red onions. Probably some mushies there somewhere. Oh yeah, I just found the mushrooms. What do you reckon? Is that a good haul? No plastics. Norfolk veg box. If you're in, no, you can't drink that. Cowboy's trying to drink my water. Swoosh. Where's the mangoes? This is all local produce, and sadly, we don't have the right environment for growing mangoes, although they are the best fruit. 9 minutes till the premiere. Do please check that out when that happens. But they grass-fed veg. I don't. Must be. Nourishing Alex. I've got no clue. I don't really look at prices too much. Gem sort of gets them. I think they're relatively good value and they're delicious. They're not advertised as organic, but I've got a feeling like they may well be. They're so much more tasty than the stuff out of supermarkets. And they remind me of how tasty organic produce is. So a lot of the time in the UK, the certification is so expensive for organic that fish farmers don't bother doing that, but they do have organic produce. So that's very good. Lloyd Christmas is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He's a lovely, lovely guy, big supporter of the channel for a long time. Really appreciate him. Live the dream. We should all grow veg on our porch or yard or wherever we can. Do you know, we really should. So one of my clients is actually a sort of bit of a celebrity, TV and different things, radio. But in the gardening world, she went vegan earlier this year when we did a podcast together. And she's amazing and she's really great, veganic growing. She's got this lovely allotment. So in the not too distant future, I'm going to go and do a little... Oi! Get back. Going to do a little video with her all about the produce and whatnot. Oh, it's just jumped again. Sean Baker, who is your favourite vegan YouTuber and you can't choose yourself? Ah, Gemma. Other channels. I like Mike the Vegan. I like Goji Man. I like Simonet and Turner. I don't think I've really got a favourite, to be honest. There's no one that stands out and I think immediately, oh, I must go and watch. Do you know, I quite enjoy a Vegan Gains live stream lately. Oh, Sebastian Swarthing, you lovely person. 50 sec. What are sec, please? I've got no clue. Pardon my geographical ignorance. At the end of your videos where you go like, click this video or else is hilarious. What made you get the idea of making those? So again, watching these channels that tell you how to do YouTube better. You know, before I'd have an end card and it will have latest video to try and drive traffic to that video, you know, because of view velocity. It would have the video that YouTube works out as the most probable video that the person will click on. I'd have my subscribe button. I might have my shop, or do you mean? And these YouTube channels that, you know, they tell you how to do the YouTubes, they're saying if you bombard people with loads of options, they'll do none of them. And so the best thing really you can do is get the most watch time. That's the way to help really grow your channel. And so the best way to get more watch time, you know, I thought ping people to the video that YouTube thinks is the most relevant for them. They use like several billion data points to work out like which video to share. And I noticed my click-through rate on my end screen went up 4 or 5-fold. So it really works. And the other thing was I also learned, like, you don't want to kind of wrap up. If you say, oh, so that's the end of the video now, and like people will click off at that point because they think they've got all the value out of your video that they're going to get. So then that will decrease your watch time or the percentage of your video viewed. So in that way, by suddenly just going to a skit, people know, they're sort of trained, oh, there's a bit of a funny bit at the end, I'll stay and watch that. So hopefully that keeps them on. But at the very least, you're not rounding up and then people are abandoning the video and you've got a length of time with other stuff on there. And so, yeah, much more likely that people get the whole video and you get the most watch time. Hopefully they also go on to another video, doubled your watch time, or, you know, they might keep going and going and going if YouTube get it really right with their algorithms. So that's the reason why the sudden skits at the end. But they're good fun as well. I really enjoyed doing them. Great question. Right, we've only got 3.5 minutes to the premiere, so I hope to see you all at the premiere, but we'll do a little bit more on here. Lloyd Christmas, $12 Canadian on the super chat. Lovely, man. Good to show us your veg box. Reminds me to keep going to my local market and bring my own bags. Yeah. Eventually I'll figure how to grow some of my own. Nice. Go Toronto Raptors. Go Raptors. Everyone, hashtag Go Raptors in the comments. Go. I don't know where my hashtag is. Oh yeah, it's on the 3. I can't even type for some reason. No, come on. Oh, there it is. I have to press option. Go Raptors. What a cool name, Raptors. I love it. Oh, everyone's doing it. You're good people. You're good people. That's got to be some good karma for the Raptors tonight. Very, very good. Yeah, so again, like everything's in paper, or loose. You know, we need to all cut down on those plastics. You know, my beloved Vivo Life, who I'm an ambassador for, they're going to compostable packaging. They've just reached their little fundraiser they were doing, their Kickstarter. So they're going to be the first protein company with compostable packaging, not using plastics. So, you know, I already believe that they are the market leader, and like they've now just done that on top. So brilliant people. Well done, Josh and everyone at Vivo Life. Right, we've got a couple of minutes. Hillary's making raptor sounds. Everyone make a raptor sound at home. Go. Wonder how many people did. Sorry, I just had an alarm set for some reason. Oh, it's to remind me that it's 6 o'clock. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, go to the video now. It's on my channel. It's a premiere, so we'll all chat in the comments. So go to the video now. See you in the comments. Thanks for watching this and for the lovely super chats. You're brilliant supporting my work. It's very nice. Go to the premiere now. Go. Meet you at the premiere. Go.